Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Doug here, and we're checking out The Last of Us Left Behind again, but this time we're doing our review for it. So we're gonna let you guys know what we think of it, stuff like that. So at this point, I have completed the game. I've beat it on Survivor. I've gotten like 98% of the collectibles. I've gotten 98% of the miscellaneous trophies, everything like that. So I've invested a great amount of time into this game, or into this DLC. I'm sorry, I should say. And for the record, I have this little gameplay going on in the background, and I chose this for a specific reason, and I'll get to it in a second. This is in Chapter 5. There are some minor spoilers, so if you don't want to watch this, then you might not. But so you'll see right here, you'll see on the beginning I crafted a Molotov, and you'll see right here there's a guy right in front of me, and I get spotted. So I go in there to kill him, and I ended up just completely missing all my shots, and I throw the Molotov real quick, and yeah, and I die. So look where it decides it wants to spawn me, literally right here, and I'm like, okay, and I'm already getting shot at. This is one of the reasons why this DLC could have been great, and instead kind of annoys you with little things like this that ruin the game. And the player, The Last of Us, the regular game, had some issues like this as well, but not this badly. And you'll see, like, I keep spawning in the same spot. I can't go anywhere, and this is on Survivor, so like you literally get killed instantly. And it's just little gameplay issues like this just kind of frustrate me, and it's nothing that really should ever happen. There's no reason to put a checkpoint right there. You're telling me when you tested this, no one was like, maybe we should take that out. But anyway, I digress. And I'm gonna let that play in the background so you guys can watch it as I talk. But overall, though, if you enjoyed the story of The Last of Us, which I really did, the story was where The Last of Us really shined, and this will definitely continue that, and it'll further the progress of the single player story. So if you like The Last of Us story, I strongly suggest that you go out and get this. Or if you have the season pass, and download it and play it for sure, because it's definitely worth the play for the story mode alone. The gameplay, not so much. There's only a couple battles, or a couple battles like this in the game. So the gameplay is a little slow, but the Chapter 5, which is this chapter, picks it up heavily and really throws you in there, and it's a real challenge on Survivor, especially when you have little glitches like this. So but anyway, one thing I want to talk about is the price of this is about $15 in the US, at least. I'm not sure what the conversion is in Europe or in Europe, but it's $15. The season pass thing was either 40 or 50. It's been a while since I bought it, so, and which to me was not really worth it, because I don't really play the multiplayer as much as I probably should, because I really like the multiplayer, but there's just some balancing issues that I can't deal with. So it's just, for me, I think the season pass was a big letdown. But if you want to buy this standalone, you can. Like I said, it's $15. The problem with that is that the whole campaign, or in the Left Behind DLC, completed in about 2 to 3 hours. That's 100% complete. Like getting all the collectibles, all the miscellaneous trophies, everything, and beating it on Survivor. 2 to 3 hours, $15. That's a little high. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I feel like $15 for 2 to 3 hours of gameplay, depending on some skill, is just way too much money. There's plenty of other games I can go out and buy that'll give me 20, 30 hours that I can pay 10 to 15 bucks for. So why would I pay 10 to 15 bucks for 2 hours of gameplay? It's not really all that kosher with me. So if you're really invested in The Last of Us and you really enjoyed it, then I suggest you should go out and buy this as soon as possible, because it's a great addition to the game and the story. But if you were kind of on the fence about it and you're not really a DLC person and you don't really have 15 bucks to spend, then by all means just skip it, because it's not worth the 15 bucks in my personal opinion. But like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this DLC. It was a real challenge in certain places, especially when the game throws, and this is not the only part of this game where I had a bad reload or a checkpoint. So it's not like this is the one and only time. Now it happened more than once, so that it can be very frustrating. But I did eventually get through it, and I believe I do show it here. But to do it, I had to pull off some crazy headshots, like in succession too, and you'll see it later on. But yeah. So yeah, price is way too high for what this should be. It should be about $5 to $10. Length very, very short, and there's nothing else you can do after you complete it. Like, you complete it, you get all the collectibles, you get the trophies. 2 to 3 hours, you're done. There's nothing else. And survivor difficulty is unlocked right from the beginning. So I mean, you could play it 2-3 times if you wanted to, but there's absolutely no reason to. You can easily go through this in one playthrough, and that's it. And you'll see I finally get away here, and I run all the way to the back, and I'm like, alright, let's just take this slow and we'll start this again. But anyway, so like I said, the campaign's a little short, kind of pricey, but overall the story is great. The gameplay, when you're not getting stuck in a bad reload, is pretty phenomenal. You know, I got a headshot there, which is awesome. And it said the story is absolutely phenomenal. Like, you know, it's hard to explain. Like, Naughty Dog just makes this game. The story makes the entire game, and the story in this is absolutely phenomenal as well. And I think I get another headshot there. I do, yes. So if you got the money and you really like The Last of Us, then I have to recommend you go out and buy this. I can't tell you not to. But if you're kind of low on cash and you're not really, you know, you feel like you could do better with your $15, then I strongly suggest that you go ahead and do that too. So that's my best recommendation. It's just, like I said, great DLC. I wish they were coming out with some more single player, because I would really like to see them expand this universe a little more. But I understand that they might come out with The Last of Us 2, so I can't complain that they're not making enough for us. But yeah, I said just little issues kind of prevent this from being a fantastic DLC pack. Could have been a little longer, and this game is very cutscene heavy, or this DLC is very cutscene heavy, so you're looking at a fair amount of those 2-3 hours in cutscenes. So you're not always walking around doing stuff either, which can be a little frustrating for some people, because, you know, you're paying for the story, yes, but you also want to feel like you're actually doing something. And like the first 5 minutes of the first level is like a straight cutscene, and there's other cutscenes scattered around as well. So it's hard not to recommend this if you're really a true Last of Us fan, but the price and the shortness of the campaign makes it hard to recommend if you're kind of on the fence about this game, or just kind of on the fence about the DLC at all in general. So I know I've jumped around a little bit, but you know, it's so hard to recommend this game or this DLC unless you're just completely in love with the game. So but that's my recommendation. Overall, I would give The Last of Us The Left Behind DLC probably a 3.5 out of 5. There were some little problems, like I said, that prevented this, and the length of it and the price are just, you know, just not to my liking. So 3.5 out of 5 would be my recommendation, which is still pretty good. So I can't tell you not to buy this, because it's nothing game breaking, nothing, you know, it's just really the price and the shortness of the campaign and little issues that you'll run into. But other than that, I strongly suggest you at least try this game out, or try out the DLC if you got the money laying around. So hopefully you guys found this useful, and hopefully you guys will, oh, beautiful headshot. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you guys found this at least somewhat useful and somewhat, I can't think of the word, informative. There you go, I got it. But I'm gonna cut it right about there. So yeah, and that's gonna do it. So said about 2 to 3 hours campaign. I give it a 3 out of 5 because of the shortness and because of the little gameplay glitches and because of the price. Way too expensive. But if you got the season pass, then go ahead and download it, play it. And if you're in love with the story, please, please, please play it, because the story is absolutely phenomenal in this game. But that's my recommendation. You don't like it, I understand. Matter of perspective. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see most of you soon.